Welcome you all to Believers as Academy. In today's topic of the day discussion, we will be discussing about India's Bahubali. Of course, we're not talking about the movie Bahubali, but the India's indigenously made launch vehicle, which is also called as Bahubali, the Lvm3 M5. And recently, why are we discussing this? Is because of the recent launch by ISRO, which launched the CMS-03 or the GSAT 7R satellite from the Satish Dhawan space station in Sriharikota, which absolutely makes it important, not just because of the satellite launch, but also because this is the indigenously made or indigenously built launch vehicle of India, which is also called as Bahubali because of its immense capacity to carry heavy payloads, right? And this marks fifth operational flight of this Bahubali, which is the Lvm3 launch vehicle Mark III, and this is also considered India's most powerful rocket, and also because of the nature of the power that it is capable to carry, it is also called as the Bahubali rocket. Right. So today's video is about understanding about this launch vehicle, and also we will study about what the satellite that the ISRO is currently launching, and in the end we will try and solve one prelims question. So about the Bahubali rocket or the Lvm3. It is a fully indigenously developed launch vehicle by ISRO, and it is nicknamed Bahubali due to its capacity to carry the strength, or let's say due to the capacity that it can carry, the payloads that it can carry, and also considering its massive strength and even size. Because talking about the height, it is somewhere about 43.5 meter tall, as close to a 10 to 13 story building, and the lift-off mass of this launch vehicle is somewhere close to 642 tons. And not just that, so this is the Bahubali which is carrying the satellite, and to be even more specific in terms of the payload capacity, so it can carry up to 4 tons to the GTO, which is the geosynchronous transfer orbit, and up to 8 tons to the low Earth orbit. So that is absolutely massive. So I hope you understand what geosynchronous orbit and what the low Earth orbits are. Anyway, it is also used for high-profile missions. In fact, this is not the very first time that it was used. So it was previously used in Chandrayaan-2 and also many other launch of various satellites, especially the OneWeb satellite launches, mostly the UK-based launches. Even other countries also utilized this launch vehicle to launch many series of satellites. And this per se represents India's self-reliance in heavy payload launch capability, because earlier India used to pretty much depend on other launch vehicles, especially from Russia. And in fact, this now reduces the dependence of ISRO on other foreign rockets like Ariane 5 and let's say any other launch vehicles from other space stations. So this is the importance of this particular launch vehicle. So this payload is absolutely important, that it can carry up to 4 tons to the geosynchronous transfer orbit and up to 8 tons to the low Earth orbit as well. So why does this matter? Because first and foremost thing, it is indigenously made, and this shows, or this showcases, the Atmanirbhar Bharat of the country, and this also is like another added advantage or another milestone in the strategic space sector development. And it also enables India right now to launch more heavier communicational and let's say other satellites, especially those satellites which can even help in defense of India. And all these launches are currently happening in Indian soil, and also by that launch vehicle which is also built by India. And this also boosts commercial space launches also. So now ISRO can probably use this launch vehicle in commercial terms, like it can lend this or probably for other space stations. And even now this will also help ISRO to build a stronger global presence as well. And also, ISRO is right now even advancing one step further, like it is right now developing a semi cryogenic engine, which is SE 2000. So this will upgrade the present Bahubali rocket, and this will also enhance the capacity. It will also make sure that it can increase the payload capacity to up to 5 tons for just the GTO missions. So this is also another added advantage with the Bahubali rocket. So now let's slightly study about what sort of satellite is ISRO launching. So it is the CMS-03 or the GSAT-7R satellite. So this is a communication and yeah, it's a communication based satellite, right? So the weight is somewhere around 4,410 kg, and it's the heaviest communication satellite which is launched from India. And the purpose of this particular satellite, if you see, it is a multi-band communication which covers Indian landmass and also ocean regions. So it will help to make sure that the communication becomes easier, especially not just in the Indian landmass but also in the ocean regions, mostly helping the Indian Army, or let's say in fact to for the national security. And also it helps the Indian Navy in the oceanic region as well, right? It enhances secure naval communication, especially for the Indian Navy, and also it will help in stabilizing or increasing the maritime security as well. Also, it reduces reliance on the foreign transponders for defense communication, right? And ultimately, what is the significance of this particular launch? If you have to see, first and foremost thing is in terms of national security, and in terms of how this indigenously built LVM3 is helping. If you see, this is right now strengthening India's strategic communication network, right, which is very, very crucial for national security. And also it demonstrates ISRO's ability to handle complex satellite launches and also high precision machines even now and even going forward. And also this helps India to position itself as a competitor in the global commercial satellite launch market, right? So right now, as we discussed, this particular launch vehicle can also be used by other space stations, other agencies, foreign agencies, where they can even use this launch vehicle to launch their satellites as well, right? So this will also position India in the competitor in the global level as a competitor in terms of the satellite launch market. And also last, it reinforces the synergy between the civilian and the defense space programs, right? So that is also one of the important dimension. So that is all for this particular video. Even before we end the video, let's solve one prelims question. With reference to the ISRO's LVM3 launch vehicle Mark III, consider the following statements. It uses a cryogenic upper stage that burns liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen. It can place around 8 tons of payload into low Earth orbit. The CMS-03 satellite launched by Lvm3 M5 is designed for remote sensing applications. So which of the statements given above are correct? Use the comment section, leave your answers below. Anyway, that's all for this particular video. Signing off, this is Madan Gopal. Have a wonderful day.